everybody, this is the Hey Poopy podcast with
Dave
and Ellen. We are two curious people who are
removing the stigma from your stinker.
I actually was like texting somebody that the other day, and I was like, God, it's so crafty what we're doing.
It's so crafty. How crappy?
Crappy we're doing.
Yeah.
It was actually Gerald's uncle was messaging me that he started listening to the show and he just got over colon cancer, and he was like, thank you so much for talking about this stuff because it's really important for people. And I was like, yeah, I know. I hope more people will listen to the show so then that way they will talk about their gut health and their butt health and, you know.
That's good too, but I definitely want to hear some more shit stories. But yes,
I want to hear them too. But
I love those shit stories.
We're normalizing everything your butt does.
Yeah. So
we can get down to the root of your problems and have fun with it.
For sure. My wife today had a really bad case of diarrhea, and I was like, okay, you got to do A through Z here. Let's figure it out.
I know. Don't you love it when your friends are like, hey, by the way, can you help me? I'm like, I will help you. But also listen to the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, look, I am no expert. I mean, I feel like I could be an expert. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a professional expert, but, you know, we do have some good tips. So I think we know a lot.
Experts on that we're learning from.
Yeah, we're DIY experts.
One of our experts is our guest today, who is a expert in the comedy world. Yes,
Myka Fox, the very hilarious and talented comedian via New York City. She finally, she'll reveal in the show how she broke her streak of not shitting her pants. So you're gonna have to tune in for that one. But she was delightful.
And anybody out there who says they don't shit their pants are lying.
Yeah, she wasn't proud of it, but it happened.
Well, none of us are proud of it.
No. We found out that her boyfriend basically shits his pants all the time. They have two separate bathrooms. One, which I guess is like his just shit chamber. So we actually dying to get that guy in the show. He was so many questions.
Yeah. You just reminded me I need to email her to be like, hey, follow up. When is your boyfriend coming up?
Yeah. we need to talk to him. Stat.
Yeah. She seemed like very minor leagues compared to his, like, you know, major league.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely professional dumper. like she's...
They need the big bucks.
Yeah, she's AAA. He's total, like, major league, so... We got to get a hold of this guy.
Somebody else that tried to get a hold of us recently was a phone call that somehow got lost, and I'm sorry, but Dave found it, and we're going to play it now.
Let's listen to it.
Hey, my name is Tony, and I had a fun issue with Metamucil. I actually misinterpreted something you guys said and something somebody else said, that it would actually make your turds hard, or at least solidify them and gel them so you get some nice Viking horns. I got one awesome Viking horn, and then I got nothing but mud patties for the rest of the day because I forgot or didn't know that it was a laxative. Oh, it was horrible. But we're good now. So my question is, what can you take to solidify up your turds? Because my diet's horrible, and all the coffee and lactose intolerance. You get more mud patties than you get anything else. And that's it.
I'm a little lost on the guy's name. What was
Tony.
It?
Tony, sorry we got back to you so late, Tony, but we did get back to you, so.
Yes, we finally found your message, and one, calling it horns, I'm assuming means a Bristol 4, where it like tapers off and it's long and strong. And then the other term he used was mud patties or butt patties?
I think he said butt patties.
Butt patties.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming that's a Bristol 7, where it's just like loosen the caboose, watery stew.
Yeah.
First of all, this bright idea that Metamucil was our idea was not our idea. Like, we did not give that advice.
Yeah, I think there might have been somebody else.
Because I don't know if we've even fucked with Metamucil on this show.
Early on, we did a little bit. I talked about trying it. It was disgusting. I took the liquid version. So.
I do psyllium husk, which is the basic stuff that's in Metamucil. So, Tony, if you want to try just plain psyllium husk. But then also we did have that, our advertiser Poops Like a Champion on.
Yeah.
And they talked about it being like the cereal having all the different fibers in it makes it more like a gel. And if you eat too much Poop Like a Champion, then it like constipates you and solidifies it even more. So it sounds like something like that is better for you.
Yeah, or maybe he thought the gummies, maybe because he did say gelatin in his message, so maybe something with the gummies. But Poops Like a Champion does make incredible gummies as well, so you could try that for your fiber intake, and it works well. And I'm thinking, Tony, it's got to be a regional thing, 'cause I've never heard Viking horn for shit before, or butt patties. I guess I've kind of heard, but like, yeah, I think it's for sure a regional thing. I'm thinking Midwest, but I don't know. I have no idea. But
I know we got a new term for the perfect four.
Yeah, so thanks, Tony, for that. And hopefully that'll sort you out. But remember, if you're going to be eating all this stuff, these supplements, just drink a lot of water, because it could bind you up. Could have the reverse effect. So, you know.
And let's be truly honest. When you have a crap diet, do you really expect to be crapping like a king afterwards?
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a mess.
What goes in must come out.
Yeah.
And if it's messy on the way in, it might be messy on the way out.
For sure.
So maybe give your body a little rest with that lactose intolerance and throw a couple of green vegetables in there.
Yeah, man. It doesn't have to be all Burger King or McDonald's all the time. I mean, I'm just assuming. I have no idea. But, try something else.
Yeah.
Just mix it up a little bit, once a week.
Yeah.
See how that goes. And get back to us. Let us know.
You might have one super solid, fabulous turd.
Yeah.
But if anybody else out there wants to tell us about their turds, they can email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com or
you can give us a call at 203-998-5579 and we will get back to you. It might take us a little bit, but we'll get back to you for sure. So
if it gets lost.
Lost in the voicemail. That was a great call, and thank you.
Have you checked out our Patreon? We have a brand new Patreon link on the website.
And it's fantastic. You can get all kinds of awesome little perks. I mean, things that you just can't get, with the regular show. Ad-free.
Ask our future guests some questions, see behind-the-scene photos, get merch. There's so many wonderful things that's on that Patreon that you can't get anywhere else.
Yes, except on Patreon. So please check it out and support us. Subscribe, review, rate. All those things help. Do a salad for us. Make a salad for us. We'll love you.
Yeah. If you don't have the cash flow for Patreon, at least you could have the cash flow or the no cash flow, do the free thing of leaving us a review.
Yeah, it's so simple.
Subscribing. Or the best thing you could do is tell your friends about us.
Yes, word of mouth. Let them know. And tell them about this episode, which you will enjoy right now. If you like playing with poo, now you can finally do it in public with the Poopocalypse card game.
Created by comedians, Poopocalypse is kind of like if Uno and Exploding Kittens had a big poopy baby.
Poopocalypse is surprisingly strategic and full of crappy characters like Abraham Lincoln Log, Cleopatra, and Attila the Runs.
It's fun for immature people of all ages, like me and you, Dave. I played it. I love it. I can't wait for you and me, Dave, to play it together in person post-pandemic.
It's going to be really fun. And the games, everything about this game is fantastic. The illustrations, and it's loaded with tons of puns. So if you like poo puns, this is the game for you.
Poopocalypse is currently running 10% off discounts on Amazon right now.
So if this game sounds like your kind of crap, search Poopocalypse on Amazon today.
We all want to feel fresh and clean after going number 2, but using wipes, even so-called flushable ones, can cause major clogging issues. Introducing Cleanse. That's Cleanse with a Q.
Which transforms your ordinary toilet paper into a truly flushable and eco-friendly wipe.
This cleansing foam is the perfect partner for your toilet paper at home or out on the go.
Visit cleanse.com. That's QLEANSE.com to get yours today.
Listeners can use the code HeyPoopy for 15% off your first order. Try Cleanse for yourself and discover a better way to wipe clean.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
man, I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
And now, the Hey Poopy podcast with Dave and Ellen.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show on this dump day. We have a fun one for you. So
yes, we do.
I think you're going to really dig it.
I feel like we've been doing so much serious subjects. It's about time we got somebody funny on here.
Yeah. There's been too much learning and no one needs to learn anything.
But this is the Hey Poopy podcast with
Dave
and Ellen. And this is episode 116, but it'll always be number 2 to us, our favorite number. And we have a very funny guest today.
Yes, the brilliant, the hilarious Myka Fox. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course, yeah.
Can your fans see me, or is this just audio?
It's just audio.
Just audio.
Yeah, so you can
All right.
just let it all hang out.
Pick your teeth, pick your nose,
Yeah.
whatever you got to do.
I'll take a shit right during it.
Yeah.
Woo!
No one's going to know.
116 episodes. Finally, we get somebody to poop during the show.
That would be news.
We've come close. We've had people poop their pants very close.
Yeah, like
Really?
yeah, but never actually on the show, which would be awesome for us.
Yeah.
So it's just a coincidence they shit their pants?
Kinda, yeah.
Amazing.
One person shit their pants the night before, and one person it was like a shit her pants in the tub, I'm sick, throwing up combination.
Yeah.
pack.
Dear God.
Yeah.
I hope the tub wasn't full.
Actually, that would be kind of incredible. Disgusting, but it'd be
Like sitting on the edge of it, throwing up in the toilet, and then looked at the tub and goes, I don't even remember shitting myself. That's how bad her throwing up was.
Yeah.
And she almost canceled on us, and then she was like, wait, this is the perfect show to be sick on.
Yeah.
yeah. Food poisoning was great for us. Great for this show, so.
I mean, food poisoning keeps this show going.
Yeah.
So, Myka, before we know about you, we'd like to know more about your poo. So it's our
Okay.
check-in. How have you been pooping recently?
Great question. Glad you asked. Listen, it's been a struggle this week.
Ooh.
I was a little blocked up this weekend and finally got it going yesterday. I
Good.
tell you, there were nerves happening. I like to be at least once a day in the morning kind of a person. I think that's like the move, so to speak.
Yeah.
But schedule got. I think it was, I don't know, pasta, being drunk. I think there's like,
Oh, I'm sure.
That's a combo.
It just put everything out of whack. So did you have a full release?
I came in shifts.
Came in waves?
But it's one of those things where it's like I took one of those shits I took and I thought about it for like 2 hours afterwards. Where like that was like so significant. Like I think I lost a limb.
Ooh.
Did you put that in your diary? Interesting. How
Diary.
Ellen, how
Your guys'
I lost
shit.
a limb.
Is this a shit for shat?
Yeah, kind of.
100%.
Yeah. Well, Ellen, how was yours today?
Well, I have an epic check-in for you. I woke up early this morning because Dave and I are getting together tomorrow and filming something. And so I needed to get a COVID test. And not only did I see our lovely intern at the City MD where I got my COVID test, so it was great to meet him outside of just FaceTime, but as soon as I saw him, I was like, I have to use the bathroom, and went straight into the City MD bathroom and blew it up.
Wow.
Ugh.
So I shit there, then came home, and I've shit 3 more times since I've been home.
Wow.
4-timer today.
Is that normal for you?
It every day is different. As the show knows, like some days I make these gorgeous perfect 4s, and then other days I'm blocked up. It's literally a roller coaster. So 4 isn't necessarily abnormal, but it's not completely normal. But I think it's because I'm such in a bad mood because of my gas getting cut off in my apartment, which I described to Dave and Myka before this. But yeah, I think it's just another rage shit. I'm just pissed off and shit is falling out of me.
That sounds awesome. At least there's like a brown lining. So
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Ooh, that's a new term.
I like it.
You know, if it weren't for this podcast, I doubt it would have ever come out of my mouth.
Well, now we're going to use it. That could be a drop.
16 episodes. About time somebody said it.
Yeah.
Please do. I'm impressed. When I get angry, I think every like roadblock will block me up. You know, like travel, anger, anxiety, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Usually that is me, but recently the rage shits have been my MO. So keep me pissed off, people.
Your BMO.
It's a great way to go through life.
My BMO. They keep on coming. They're writing themselves.
She's like the queen of that.
But I'm not going to stop.
Please don't. We need material. Well, since you've both shared, yeah, I've taken 3 shits today, and yeah, I don't know if it's like a. Well, I got this morning. We had my wife. First of all, made these crazy healthy muffins that are like just fucking lead balls of like just. It's like dropping like what I imagine would be like those like some kind of like plumbing tool into your toilet, and it just literally cleans everything out. So I ate one of those, and it just like. Oof.
What is it, like flax bran and oats?
I don't know. It's just like it looks like, you know, when you look at something, you're like, I don't want to eat that. It looks way too healthy. It's just like, but it's good. But it's just like you just don't want to kind of like you're like I don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah, and you immediately can tell. At first, it's like a rock. It's like straight up psyllium husk.
Mm-hmm. It's just, I mean, it's delicious, but it's so dense, and like that's when you're like, oh, I'm gonna be in trouble. So throughout the day, and then we were running errands today. It was a beautiful day in New York, and yeah, we stopped and got lunch, and I haven't had like a burger in a long time, and we went to this like crazy like Korean barbecue place. Fantastic place. What's it called? Perfect Pitch? Or I don't know what the fuck. It's some place that's like really fancy. It's probably some New Yorker magazine article, but the burger was fantastic. But I think that just like added to the fury of my shits today. So yeah, 3-timer. 3-peat.
I mean, I want that muffin recipe though.
This is the second version. The first version was even more intense.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think Dave, Tiny needs to share that with the entire Hey Poopy world.
Yeah, it's good.
People might need that extra fiber.
It's got like everything in it.
Shit muffins. And
Pretty much.
Yes.
Shit muffins.
I fucking want to make them. I'm not even a baker. But I just hate doing like this, like, because I have psyllium husk. I haven't done it forever because it's just so severe.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know, and like there's this like pressure of like drinking the whole thing, and it's like just like such a chore. Whereas like a muffin is just like a like simple like, hey, you're about to crap your pants in like a nice little way.
Yeah. And at first, the first time I had it, I was like, oh, maybe, you know, I'm like, I had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I don't think it's for the muffins. Maybe it's just something I ate, or I don't know. Who knows? Then like my wife's like, we're in bed. She's like, oh man, those fucking muffins are making me shit. I'm like, okay, so that wasn't just me. So yeah, it's like if you want a nice clean out, just eat one of those things. You'd be like, good for the day.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Summer's coming, hon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of that, what's that shit you were telling me about, Ellen? That tea tummy shit?
What, Smooth Move?
No, that stuff that you see those dumb ads like the flat belly
those,
tea.
Like, yeah.
That horse shit.
Tummy teas that
Like,
are just laxative.
Yeah, fuck that. Get my wife's muffins, and you'll be like rocking the 6-pack.
We need to post that recipe.
Yeah, I'll get it for. I'll make sure she gives that to us.
Yes. If you have any extra, bring one tomorrow.
I don't know if you want that.
I want a fiber fiesta.
Unless you want someone to videotape you taking a shit in your pants, which could be cool.
It goes on like brands.
That's true. Yeah.
I have always threatened I will shit my pants every day if it got this podcast famous. So.
Yeah, your words.
I have threatened
I will,
many a time.
I will be there for you, but I'll be like, I'm not shitting my pants. Well, I mean, you know, maybe who knows? The day's still young.
I found this subreddit that's like literally all the weirdest poop videos you've ever seen, and I shared it with Dave, and I was like, this is beyond disturbing, and I can't stop watching them. Like, full-on videos of people pooping.
So, like, what are we talking, like, from the butthole to the camera lens? Like, you're looking at, like, a glass... from between a glass table.
I didn't see that graphic, but just people like sitting down and like showing camera angle from the side, or like just showing their facial expressions. And this one woman was like stroking her panties while she was like grunting and making fart noises. I was like, what the fuck? The internet is so fucked up. It's the most fucked up place.
Yeah.
So this is like a sexual thing.
I think so.
That's definitely a sexual thing. I mean, like,
it was dark.
I mean, I should also let you know that, Myka, that we have it's ironic. We have a show about farts and shitting, but I don't want to see anybody shit. I don't want to I don't want to look at, like, I had friends be like, hey, check out this shit I took. I'm like, yo, like, and I get it. People probably think, that I'd want to look at it, but I don't. Unless it's something completely spectacular, like you were mentioning filling a bathtub, I'd want to see that. That's about it.
But you like want to talk about it all the time anyway.
It's just, I just think the whole, like, the people like shitting their pants stories is hilarious. So I just love that sort of thing. Like, it's like looking at a, car wreck. You don't want to look, but you kind of want to look. FartVac is the world's first fart vacuum and filtering system for your farts.
Using a hand air pump with activated carbon filter, FartVac reduces the stench of your flatulence.
Take responsibility and reduce your fart smells. You can now fart without shame.
FartVac also makes a great gag gift for those gassy people in your life.
No more pain while fighting nature and holding in gas.
Join the proud movement to embrace your body's natural functions with FartVac.
Use discount code HeyPoopy for $2 off at fartvac.com or search FartVac, FARTVAC, on Amazon for purchase.
You gotta have my boyfriend on. He has an accident like every other day.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, please.
He's perfect for this show.
Fucking disaster. He has like he has a 5-minute set about shitting his pants at the Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, which I imagine anybody who's gone to that restaurant has a similar story.
I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah, that's not really good food in general, so yeah.
But he truly eats like shit and shits like he eats.
Lucky you. Yeah, we'd love to have him on. I mean, I love stories like that. So
yes.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll set that up.
I will email you after.
I haven't, like, the last time, and I'm self-directing, but listen, I've only shit my pants as an adult once, right? And
we're going right straight into this story. This is awesome.
Yeah, bring it.
Oh, sorry, I know, I'm just like...
No.
I mean, don't apologize. Just let's hear it.
Well, because it made me think of it, because, like, I hadn't done it, like, I remember once when I was, like, 5 doing it, and sort of being, like that moment where I learned, like, just because you think it's going to be a fart doesn't mean it is.
Yep.
But I learned that lesson, and I took it with me for the rest of life, and then I, like, never shat my pants. And part of that is, like, the luck of, like, not getting so severely sick that it, because I know sometimes it's not about an intelligent guess. Sometimes it's just whatever. But, like, I so distinctly remember that one time when I was 5, and then it wasn't until just 2 years ago I went out to, do you guys know the Commodore in Brooklyn?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible fried chicken. And me and my girlfriend Donna just, like, went to town. It was, like, sugary, like, drinks, like, alcoholic drink, brunch drinks, and just, like, mountains of fried chicken. And it was just, like, this recipe for, and I go home, and I start going home, and I'm like, this is, like, not good. I get home, and I just put myself to bed, and the fart got me again. Like, I was like, this will be all right, and it was not all right. Thank God I was at home.
So were you in bed? Farted?
I was in bed, and it was like a baby shark, but it was like, for me, a person who, like, had so proudly made it, like, decades. Like, I had such a, like, I think 5 is, like, the last, I mean, I think even, like, 7 or 8, like, you could maybe have an accident. I don't know. 5 seems like a good age to fucking never have it,
That's a pretty good record
Really?
for like not shitting yourself.
You blew it in.
Yeah, you literally blew it.
I blew it. It wasn't a lot, but it was horrifying.
I've never had anybody say I shit my pants and it was awesome. That's for sure. So
No, it's so humiliating. Right?
Yep.
Especially, like, I think being at home for it was, like, just chef's kiss. Like, if you're going to shit your pants,
Yeah.
do it, like, near your bathroom where
Home
you can
turf.
throw your underwear away. Here's a question. Are you guys regular pants shitters? Is this, like...
I mean,
No.
it has happened.
It's happened, but no, I wouldn't say regular.
My most recent one was last summer, but it was
Last
thankfully
summer.
at home.
What's the move? You throw the underwear away, right? Are you washing it?
I
No.
usually throw the underwear away. My epic story, I threw the underwear away. It was a bathing suit bottom, which was even worse. But it was so much shit in there that it was like unsavable. It was like gravy, poured tons of.
She gave it like a Vikings funeral.
Yeah.
God.
But like, if it's just a shart and like I like the underwear, or like, God forbid, I'm wearing my period underwears, I'm not throwing those $30 underwears away.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I throw that shit away. I don't have any expensive underwear. I'm like Fruit of a Loom, Hanes. Like I get the cheap shit just in case.
But I don't have expensive underwear anyway, even though I'm not a pants shitter. But it's just like, my body just destroys underwear anyway. I don't understand expensive underwear. It's like pouring acid on it.
I mean, the most expensive underwear I own are like thongs, and shitting in those seem just like pointless,
Yeah.
It's like a cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like cutting mashed potatoes with dental floss. It just not gonna work,
That's horrifying.
Help for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you got to throw away, but every time I throw away underwear for whatever reason, it feels like a crime has been committed.
Yes, it's a waste.
It's a total waste, but I'm like totally anti-recycling guy. I'm like, fuck the earth. Like if I shit my pants, it's going in a garbage can. It's going to be wrapped up in plastic, like buried underneath, like.
Well, you can't donate it, and I have a rule where it's like, if you wouldn't subject a homeless person to this, then you shouldn't be wearing it either.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I think
That's my take.
it's the shame. If I shit my pants and I kept it, the underwear, I just would. Every time I do laundry, I'm like, oh, that's a pair. I just lost everything, and like, there's no way I can have that.
We had a guest on who just came from a Cher concert, and he was wearing his Cher concert tee, and he shit on it, and he still wears that T-shirt today. Like, there's certain things you just like. We had another guest on. It was like long.
Yeah,
and
it was
he went
like
to shit, and it got like in the toilet.
No.
Yeah.
And we had another guest on, Eric. The same thing. He was like wearing an expensive like football jersey and got shit on it.
That's when you turn it into a crop top, like a fucking good pair of scissors.
Yeah.
But that's pretty nasty.
Is it a fashion statement, or can I control my bowels?
Yeah. Ask me about my shirt. Well, yes, I did take a shit in this shirt. Actually, on it. Oh my God.
You guys should do a brand of crop tops called Shit Safe Shirts.
Yeah.
With the back cut out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like those skirts that girls wear where it's like high in front and low in the back, but we'll just flip it around.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
It's like the opposite of a mullet.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Safe in the front, shitty in the back.
Yeah.
Party in the front, business in the back.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, it could catch on. Dumber things have. So, people bought those Zuba pants, so like this could be a big thing.
Totally.
Oh my God, sorry. This is a very upstate New York thing where I went to college. I mean, I'm sure they have them all over the place, but imagine like, I don't know, for lack of a better term, a Trump supporter who also happens to be a big sports fan, and instead of wearing this regular like the jersey and like it looks like a zebra print, sort of like weird MC Hammer pants in the same color as their team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can picture it. Dear God.
Yeah. So imagine that, seeing that all the time. It was ridiculous.
Well, there's your market.
Yeah.
All the shit safe shirts to Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or guys who do tailgate. It's actually tailgating people. People that do tailgating. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. People that do tailgating. That's the market. Because there are all kinds of shit stories with those assholes.
So you've come up with a lot of cute terms for white trash, and I appreciate it.
Tailgaters. Well, since we know about your little shit story just now, why don't you tell us about you so our audience knows who the hell we're talking to?
Oh, okay. I guess I jumped right in.
No, do not apologize. We like it.
Yeah.
Straight to the deep end.
Yeah.
We're going to go hang out at the kiddie pool.
Yeah. We're going to wade back over to the safe side.
Yeah. Cool. What do you want to know?
What do you do?
What do you do besides your poo?
What do I do besides my poo? Great question. I have a day job where I write branded content for Comedy Central.
Awesome.
So I write and direct ads, Doritos, talk to me, Pringles, what's up, and then outside of work I do stand-up comedy, and I think that's it, and play the stock market like a psychopath.
Really?
Ooh.
Oh, give us some stock tips after the show.
Dude, you don't want my tips, man.
Oh.
I don't know. I think weed stocks always,
Yeah.
Things are getting legalized. They just took a dip, so now might be a good time to get in.
Okay.
Ooh.
Good to know.
Note to self.
Yeah. Weed stocks. I like it. Yeah, I've seen Myka perform a bunch. She's hilarious. Actually, since you're on the show, I wanted to ask you, you have this bit about doing cocaine with your dad.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, doesn't cocaine make you shit? And then I pictured you and your dad fighting for space in the bathroom after.
That's funny.
Maybe a little double dragon.
You want to know? I did do coke with my dad, and that was such a weird experience that taking a shit isn't part of the memory. It was also my dad's house, which is like feels like a brag, but what can I do? He has 6 bathrooms in his house.
Oh, so you were set then. Okay.
He lives alone. Like, there used to be like a family home, but even then it was like just like an extraordinary number of bathrooms. The people who used to own the house before, we think like it might have been a cult or something, because there were like marks for like multiple beds in each room and all kinds of shit. So it was like, I think they needed like a shit ton of bathrooms. So despite how weird it can be at my dad's house doing coke, the one thing that never got awkward is like privacy for taking a shit.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
I just popped in my head the other day. I'm like, I'm just picturing like there's like a one bath. You're like, oh fuck. You almost done in there?
It was plenty awkward anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to ask.
I have a friend of mine who just moved into a big house, and they have, I think, 5 or 6 bathrooms, and it's my goal to go in each bathroom when I'm there, but I have to do, not pee, because that'd be impossible, but unless it was a day like today.
I was
yeah.
You could do it in a weekend easy.
Right?
Exactly.
But I told her, I was like, every time I visit, I want to pee in a different bathroom. I want to get all of them. Like, I feel like it's like a video game, You
You sound like a wild animal trying to mark your territory.
Yeah.
True. Yes. He has 7 cats, so maybe I'm trying to like one up the cats.
Yeah.
That is a lot of cats.
You should just shit in the litter box. Just
right?
Just hit all the spots.
Yeah, really freak them out. You know, there's things to that though, because my apartment has 2 bathrooms, right?
Ooh.
Ooh, luxury.
And like one of them is like just like a kind of a hidden bathroom right off the bedroom that like if you're just like kind of casually coming over to my place, you would never know about. And my best friend didn't even know I had it. And I was like, oh, in the other bathroom. She's like, what other bathroom? Was like truly like offended that there was a place for her to go to the bathroom that she didn't know about.
I would be that friend.
Yeah. I'm like, so your need to go in all of them is starting to make sense.
Yeah. Yes.
I would keep that so private. I'm like, oh, what's in here? That's a closet. Don't worry about that.
Well, mostly it's Tim, my boyfriend's shit closet. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Because, like,
All
one
right.
of them's the nice one with the shower and the bath, and it's got all my stuff, and, you know, there's lots of space and, like, the good-smelling thing. And that's where, like, we take a shower and, like, I luxury. And then the other room is for Tim, the man who has an emergency situation after every fucking meal. He gets banished there.
Right. That's like his cave.
Amongst, like, the mops and the vacuums and shit like that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
He's basically in a janitor's closet taking a shit.
Basically.
Fair enough. That's where he belongs.
Tell me about your fried chicken before. I actually have been trolling a lot of Reddits about poops and farts, as I said before with my weird Reddit that I just found. But there was a poll on what made people shit the most, and fried foods was number one.
Oh, totally.
Gotta be, right? What do you think that is? It's just the heavy influx of grease? Like, what is it that...
I guess so.
I think it's the grease.
I think you're...
Yeah, it just...
Shit, though.
I think your body has a hard time like processing it. It's just like, and it's so rich and saturated. I've told this before, like when I was in college, my doctor told me that I had, when I was like 19, you have the gallbladder of a middle-aged woman. That's what she told me. I was like, I don't even know what that means. And then
what do you
B,
do with that?
what the fuck am I supposed to do with this information? She's like, well, when you eat like really fried foods or like heavy foods, you get like, do you go to the bathroom? I'm like, yeah. She's like, that's what happens. But yours is like even more like sensitive. So it's like, if I eat like fried chicken, I have to be like, all right, I gotta eat this fried chicken and I have to go home, because if I can't be hanging out like for hours later because it's gonna
like
be
a
bad.
ticking time
Oh,
bomb.
hells yeah. And now spicy food too for me. It sucks.
What a nightmare, though.
Yeah. So I don't eat that much fried food because it just wrecks me. Like I just know in my head, I'm like, I try to get cocky. I'm like, maybe that's just all in my head. I've been eating really well. Let me just try like a piece of this. And then like, without question, like I go to bed and I wake up in the middle of the night and just evil comes out of me.
Evil.
Like just awful. I'm just sitting there like hunched over. My stomach's all cramped up. I'm just taking massive shits. It's like the worst thing ever. So
Ooh.
yeah, it sucks. My body hates me when I eat that kind of stuff.
So, Myka, can we ask you some questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Our first question. Over versus under? When you
The
put
toilet paper?
Yep.
Over.
Yes.
Damn, that was quick. Over.
And what brand do you like?
Charmin Ultra Strong.
Oh.
I think the soft is too soft and it pills.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I have no tolerance for cheap not underwear, toilet paper. I don't care how strong it is or whatever, get it away from my sensitive skin. And then like I feel like there's one that's like really good that I've had at other people's bathrooms, and I like just, I don't know, maybe it's the experience of being at someone else's bathroom and it feels like really like strong but like, like soft, like whatever, I can't find it anywhere. I don't know what brand it is. Maybe it's Cottonelle, but I feel like I've tried all the Cottonelles. I don't know.
Shit.
Wow.
Damn, the one that got away.
How common is my toilet paper choice?
Over is the preferred choice, but
Hard, big majority of this show.
and I just found this video from our good friend Lauren that the over is actually a branding thing that the toilet paper companies tell us to do, because when you pull, you will use more sheets, versus if you put it on under, you will use less sheets. So they're making us buy more toilet paper.
Boom.
Well, I mean, I'm all for it. I love using lots of toilet paper. I'm an adult. I'll spend my money how I goddamn want. You know what I mean? Like, if I want to wrap my whole fucking arm like a mummy and just, like, rub it, then that's what I'm going to do.
Well,
Yes,
at least
20
you know who you are.
Plumbing permitted.
Well, I'm definitely an under, but I also have a little snap-on bidet. So that always, I don't wind up using as much TP anyway, because the bidet is like washing my ass, which I just said that and people are going to be like,
Does it
ugh.
really, though?
Yeah.
Yes.
I always feel like it's going to, like, leave some, like, nooks and crannies, you know?
Just the opposite.
It's like a fucking like,
The dry paper leaves no
yeah,
cramps.
it's like a power wash in your ass. It's fantastic.
I I mean, I've done it, but it doesn't feel that strong. It feels more like a water fountain. That doesn't feel like it's like enough to like. I want it to be like, you know.
There are brands of bidets out there that is like a water pick to your butthole.
I mean, I have the one. Yeah, mine works great. It's like a laser strike. Almost like get in there, and it just takes care of business.
So anxious, and also not to brag, but I'm a really clean shitter. Like, it's not uncommon for me to come up with nothing on the toilet paper on my first wipe.
Damn.
That's called a no push, no wipe. That's the standard perfect 4.
Look at you.
So, I mean, it's not always, you know, but I'm saying, like, I would say a good 3/4 of my shits, the wiping is just out of habit.
Right.
Yeah. Well, to make sure.
I mean, look,
I don't want to leave.
You apparently have a golden
I
butthole.
know that's what's going to happen, and I always look.
Yeah.
You got to look, right?
Yes. 100%.
Unless you're cocky.
Yeah.
Which, like, in the 116 episodes, I realized that's a question we've never added, is if you sheet peep. And it's like, but at the same time, it's like, if you don't sheet peep, you have shit in your pants. Like,
Possibly.
not possibly. It's 100%. You have to.
I mean, I'm sure there's been times in my life where I didn't look, and I'm like, I'm good.
Then you had shit in your
No.
Yes.
I don't think so. Well, I don't
We'll never know.
Like, I'm a clean shitter, and like I've taken a shit in a public place, you know, and then you find out, oh, there's no toilet paper, and like I'll go for it. I'm just like, I think I got this, you know.
Not me.
Testing.
I do not have that kind of confidence.
I don't know. Maybe I smell like shit. Who knows? But
I mean, look, you have a very spectacular. You apparently have a golden butthole that you know.
it's not. I mean, I have a horrendous butthole. I've had hemorrhoids since I was like 9 years old.
Jesus.
So, like, I think it's just the quality of the shit that just, you know.
That's great.
It means you're eating enough fiber.
Yeah.
But you might be sitting on the bowl too long, pushing those hemorrhoids into.
Oh, who knows? I think it's genetic, honestly. Like, that was pretty young to be getting hemorrhoids.
Damn.
I think they're just there to, you know, because I don't really push a lot, you know.
That's good.
Except for a couple days ago when I was like, and it was literally a situation where I was like, I'm just gonna have to fucking really like tell my body to shit, and you don't want to be in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
if you get one of these bidets, sometimes I squirt the water of the bidet up into my asshole, and it breaks the stuff up, so I don't have to push so hard.
Wait, are you what?
Yes.
It's that. See now,
It's like a minor.
that was like it breaks your shits apart. It's that strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, isn't your sphincter like so closed down that it's like
No.
doesn't it only open up when something's coming out like that?
No.
It gets
If
up
you
in there.
push, I feel like if you push just enough, it opens the butthole just enough to get water right up in there. And
Plus, the way you're
move
sitting,
that
your
shit
cheeks are like a little more open anyway. So I feel like it's just like, but the water goes right up in there, and I do that sometimes too, where I feel like there's something in there, and I hit the little water, and it's like, bam, there it comes.
Yep. Loosen it.
Maybe I need to get a bidet. My boyfriend, by the way,
Your boyfriend should definitely have one.
can get him on the show. He hates shit so much. Like everything about it, talking about it, it fucking freaks him out. He hates it. But I kind of want a bidet now. But
But
I
it
think
sounds like he's really good at it, so he should like embrace the thing he's good at.
Homeboy should
he's
definitely
not
get a
good at it.
bidet.
They're emergency shits. He says "uh-oh" after every meal. I'll just be sitting there and just go "uh-oh" like that. And that's not a good accomplished shitter, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Not good, but it sounds like it's so regular. He should just embrace it, you know?
It's good for this show.
Yeah.
Maybe not in life.
Well, I'm gonna have to talk him into this bidet. He's not gonna want to go for that.
My boyfriend did not. Dave talked me into it, and it wasn't much of a talking. Dave was like, there's this thing you just snap on. And I was like, sold. And then I installed it, and my boyfriend was like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm never going to use this. And I was like, don't. It's not in your fucking way.
Yeah.
Like, just ignore it. Within 2 weeks, he's like, I can't believe I ever lived without this.
Yeah.
This is the best thing ever.
It changed my life. I mean, I say this all the time, but it's like, it really like, I was like, what is this shit? My wife brought it home. She did a story in her own magazine. They did a story about it. And I was like, It was sitting in my office for like months. It's like, you gonna put this thing on or what? I'm like, all right, fuck it, let me do it. And then I just tried it out, and it completely changed me. I'm like, this is what I've been needing my whole life.
Yep.
Really? Here's my question about the bidet. Don't you get shit on it?
No.
I feel like I've had remnants hit it though. I don't know. I feel like I've had remnants hit it a couple times. It's got a cleaning thing on it too, though.
If you're making a blast splatter poo, yes, you'll probably get some remnants.
Because half of us, that's probably their regular style.
Yeah.
Splatter poo
is a fucking Jackson Pollock.
Yeah.
There's I have 2 bidets. One that Dave has, and then I have this fancier one, and the thing actually hides away when you're not using it, and then it like comes out.
That's what you want.
Yeah. See, that's Mike. That seems like more like your speed. Something a little bit more like hidden. You know,
something subtle.
Yeah.
Because I want the poopy the stool.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
To be better for you, but that's got too much of a footprint.
No.
I don't want to be thinking about poop enough where it's like taking up space in my bathroom like that.
And mine's not too bad, but you can use a couple books.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people improvise. Also, real quick
on the travel squatty too.
Yeah, they had small versions. But I was gonna say, you can also, to keep talking about bidets, but they have these little ones that are like, it looks like a little magic wand that sits in the back of your toilet. So it's not even like, you don't snap it on or anything. You just fill it full of water, and it's like a USB chargeable thing. So you can just use it like a little hand wash.
So here's the other thought. Okay, so if it's toward the back of the toilet, you know what I mean? Women have the urethra right in front. So doesn't it push the poop water right into your urethra?
No. I don't know how it do, but it don't.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my other fear, because I'm just like, this seems like a fucking UTI waiting to happen.
No, it's like such a streamlined, like water pick stream that it just gets you right in the brown star and doesn't like go anywhere else, you know? But
there's no upfront splash.
Vulva, you just like lean forward a little more and you can shoot it right up in the vulva.
Okay, and then you get used to where the stream's gonna. That's the other thing, because you turn it on, and then I'm like, I don't know where this is gonna hit. You know.
You have to there's a little bit of adjustment period.
Yeah.
The very first time I turned it on, it like literally like a bullseye right in the shitter.
You think it has like a heat-seeking sensor?
For mine, I almost.
Well, I think too, it's like for the one we have, my wife's really short, so for her, like where it sets for me is not the best spot for her. So that's the only thing I would say that sucks about those things. Like depending on the height difference, it's not as great. But there's some of them have a little adjustments. You can adjust the spray for like where it goes, front or back.
You guys, I think you're selling me on a bidet. I'm gonna do it.
Check it out. Yeah. I mean, if you don't like it, just throw it.
It's better than wiping.
Yeah, if you don't like it, just be like, oh fuck it, I won't use that bathroom again. I'll use a second bathroom.
Wait, it's better than wiping what, like, just for cleanliness sake?
I think so.
I mean, our perfect analogy is when you cut up raw chicken on your cutting board, do you just wipe it with a dry paper towel or do you wash the cutting board?
Well, but my answer to that would be like, aren't you going to just be continuously cutting chicken on that board until the day you die?
No, but what if you want to cut up some like celery for your crudité that you want to eat raw? You don't want the salmonella.
I'm not shoving celery up my asshole.
And I also will say, like,
now that you mention it, it doesn't sound like the worst idea.
Yeah.
Cool, cold,
crisp,
really crisp stuff out.
And it's ribbed, so you can get some extra like remnants out that you thought you missed.
Worst case scenario, gets stuck up there, and eventually you just shit it back out.
Yeah.
Food. I don't know. Maybe that's not the best idea. Audience, if you are listening to this, don't shove and break off celery in your ass.
No. We have learned from doctors, if you're going to put anything up your ass, make sure you can pull it out. But if you do want to experiment, it's better to experiment with things that are edible because they will disintegrate inside of you.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, so you're onto something.
Yep.
Celery, man.
Celery's better than a screwdriver, that's for sure.
Dear God.
Yeah. Yeah, people are insane.
Oh, God, that sounds awful.
It is. We've had doctors on there pulled screwdrivers out of people because they got stuck.
At least it's straight.
And the doctor said She was like, the wrong end. And as soon as she said that, it's like, that's the pointy end went in first. You would think if you're going to fuck yourself with a screwdriver, you do the handle. But no, this idiot did the pointy end.
Maybe they started with the handle. They're like, you know what? Let's take it up a notch.
Oh.
And was it?
This sounds like...
That's why it's a bad tool for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because either you don't have a handle on it or your butt doesn't.
Exactly. And was it a Phillips head? Was it a flat head? I don't know. So many questions what kind of screwdriver this was.
Terrible.
Disgusting.
Myka, what is your first memory of poops and farts? Is it the one where you shit your pants at 5? Do you have any other?
I think, I think that's like the strongest early memory of shitting. I don't have like a very clear memory of crapping in a diaper. I do remember like a transitional underwear I wore where it was like plastic underwear, and that I thought that was like incredibly uncomfortable, and I was like really, really excited to move on. But no, I don't like very strong memories of shitting. I must have like gotten a handle on it pretty young.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that one time when you were 5.
Or, it was a traumatic and I suppressed it all, and maybe now tonight I'm going to have all this kind of like memory recall about these traumatic shits,
Well, you're going to have to come on for another episode when that floods back to you.
Well, I have therapy right after this, so, let's see.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Hey, Doc.
Pulls out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave, we've been doing this show for a little over 2 years, and Dave, after about 2 years, a shit memory came like washing over him, and he brought it to the show. And I have never been so disappointed in my co-host for keeping that from me.
But again, I don't think you know how this stuff works. Like, it wasn't like I did not hold it from you. It was at a barbecue. My wife says, remember the time you shit your pants when we were camping? And I was like, I just like came like a fast forward.
Too for keeping
fast forward, like this, like in a movie. Like you're just like, oh my God. I could have just been a dick and just not said anything.
Well, I'm just saying you're not the first. You probably won't be the last of somebody who has these regressed memories. So
I mean, look, you can't control repressed memories. They just come out when they do. And shitting my pants.
Kids.
Huh? Yeah.
They're like crepes. They come out when they're ready, or if you eat a muffin.
Yeah, if you eat that crazy shit muffin.
Myka, what do you use for diarrhea or constipation? What's your best cure?
Okay, so I talked about the psyllium husk for constipation, but it's like it takes so long. It takes like a good 12 hours, and so that whole 12 hours I'm like, you feel extra bloated, and I'm like, this is a fucking shitty like way to feel while I'm waiting, and then it can be like really painful. And the same thing with the teas, but I don't really know of any other way besides like, so I it's sort of a last resort at this point. I used to have like a thing where I'm like, I did it almost every other day, and I'm like, I think that's like way too much, to like be cleaning it out. So now I can mostly I try to eat a high fiber diet anyway, irrespective of my shits, just because I think it's like just generally healthful. So it kind of works itself out anyway. For diarrhea, I don't really, oh my God, I should not even brag about this because it's gonna like, my luck is gonna turn, but I don't really get diarrhea much anymore unless like I have food poisoning, and then yes, of course. And I do get like I got, was it mussel and oyster, like shellfish poisoning 3 times in 2019.
Jesus.
Or 20. It was like 1 year where I was like, again, this, because I don't know if you've had shellfish poisoning, but it is like fucking gnarly,
Yeah, it sounds awful.
You're shitting and kind of hallucinatory. It's like, really
damn.
So when it was like that, then it's like lots of water, try and keep myself hydrated. I'll do a Pepto. I'll do a Tums. I don't think Tums is really for shitting, but it just kind of calms everything down, in my opinion.
Yes.
Nice. Cool.
So those are my moves.
You go to.
Yeah. Whatever works.
Do you use any other products to help you with pooping? We know you don't have a bidet. We know you don't have a stool. But is there anything from wipes to sprays, matches, anything that you do?
I'll do a match if it's like, I keep matches in the bathroom if it's like terrible. Right now I also have like scent diffuser reeds. To be honest, I don't really care. I like the smell of my own shit. And so it is like truly out of a courtesy, and often a courtesy that I don't extend to my boyfriend now that we live together. Because I lived alone for so long. I was like living alone for like a good 3 years that I just sort of was like, it's, you know,
yeah,
who am
this
I
is me.
for? But I'm a scent girl. I love candles, but I don't light them for shits. They're just on.
Fancy.
I'm the same. Candle is great if it's just on, but if you're doing it for shit, then it's just the smell of the candle and the shit mixed together, and then the candle's ruined.
Yeah, 100%.
I have to disagree.
I don't do room sprays because I think they just kind of tend to smell like plasticky. So like, I use like actual perfume when I want to scent a room.
Wow, look at you.
So like, if I think like I've whatever, and maybe it does still kind of associate the scent with shit or whatever, but I'm just sort of like, I think it's fine. I think a perfume's like a stronger, like, I think it can hold its own against a shit.
Yes.
I don't know. We sometimes just have the candle going all day, and it like,
yeah.
And I go in there and I'm like, and I take like pretty smelly turds, but I mean for us it works. I like that. I mean, just like I walk in, I'm like, you know what? It doesn't smell like shit in here, and I don't want to smell my own shit. I don't want to smell my wife's shit.
Here's the thing. I don't believe a person is allowed to judge whether or not the room smells like shit if it was their shit. I think you just cannot tell in the same way, but you know.
Well, it's like that phenomenon, like when you're taking a shit and it's really bad, and at some point you're like, this smells really bad. Then at one point you're like, oh, I don't really smell anymore. I'm pretty good. Someone else walks in, they're like, what the fuck died in here?
Yeah, exactly. I do have also incense matches.
Oh, I love those.
Those are good.
We keep around the house, and that's like a fart. That's a fart situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that'll clear out the scent of a fart like bat.
Yeah.
And it smells nice, so it's sort of just a win-win.
Nice.
Yes. I love those incense matches. We already know floor versus pants. You've told us that, like, if you really had to go Bristol 7 butt pee coming out and there's no toilet in sight, it sounds like you have pantsed it, but maybe you might choose the floor.
Wait, what is the question? Shit on the floor or shit in your pants?
Yes, if there's no toilet in sight and the poo is literally coming out of your butthole and you don't have a choice.
100% the floor.
Okay.
The amount I want feces touching my body is 0. If I can hit 0 every day for that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fuck a floor, you know what I mean? Like, I'll figure out the floor situation later. Are we talking in public? Because I assume as in my house, or like what? Like the toilet doesn't work in my, you know what I mean?
You could pick the scenario,
like you're
but
walking around doing errands and it hits you.
So like if I'm in a grocery store, let's say, I mean, I'm not going to shit my pants unless it's like it did it without me, you know? And then I would not finish my activity. I would put the basket down and leave.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
What kind of maniac would just finish shopping?
Well, I'm trying to think of because otherwise I'd put the stuff down. Either there's a bathroom in the grocery store, or I would leave to go home to take a shit and not finish grocery shopping. It's that important to me that I don't poop my pants.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Yeah. Like, especially nowadays with like, I agree with you. I don't want it anywhere near me or on me. Oh.
Absolutely not. And then the mess, and then it's like, potentially I'm throwing away jeans. Like, what are we talking about? No, absolutely not. And I will throw them away.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You got to throw them away. So, should we go to the news, or we have any more questions or anything you want to share?
Let's whatever's your pleasure. I don't have anything I specifically need to share. I feel like I got it all off my chest, you know?
Yeah. You shit it all out.
You got it out of your butt.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll do a quick news story and we'll get you out of here. Yes. Breaking news. So this one, I mean, not really a big surprise, but
can you guys call the segment Breaking Wind?
It does say breaking wind news on my soundboard, so yeah. Breaking wind news right there. That's breaking news 2 or 1, and I have breaking wind news 3.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I hit the wrong thing. I like to mix it up sometimes. So
just didn't want that overlooked. Okay, please continue.
yes. So according to the UK paper The Times, China makes COVID-19 anal swabs compulsory for foreigners. So if you go visit China, you're getting that swab up your ass.
Oh my God.
How deep does it go?
They didn't get into the depth, but
I
you
think
know,
that's a crucial.
at that point it doesn't matter. You get your ass out. They got a swab in there, and then boom.
Yes, that is the exact point that it does matter.
It depends on the person's.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm worried about my nose and how long that one is, I'm definitely worried about how far they're going to just shove something up my ass. A complete stranger who may or may not be medically.
I think it depends on the person administering the swab. If they're having a bad day,
right?
Like
if they don't like the way you look, or
that's just sexual harassment. It's a sexual problem.
They can put
it off the plane and then you go through customs, or is this like how does this work? Like,
to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't finish reading the article because I was laughing so hard at the title.
Hell yeah.
Does it matter really? Like, you're like at some point you're gonna be dropping trow.
But it's like every person. That's so wild.
Yeah. It says it takes 10 seconds, involves a saline-soaked cotton swab being inserted 3 to 5 centimeters into the rectum and rotated several times.
Rotate. Oh. Well, then you know you're clean.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for getting that little extra bit out, buddy. And then it's placed securely in a test container. The sample is then tested for traces of the virus. So, you know.
I didn't realize COVID was so fecally inclined.
Very.
Big time.
Yes.
Because now I'm remembering that news at the beginning of the pandemic when they were like, can you catch it from farts? Right? And then I was like, well, then we're all just basically fucked. But
yeah.
The New York City State Health Board had a whole pamphlet that came out when COVID hit. That and in part of it was like no acid, no rimming, specifically.
Yeah, no rimming.
No rimming, because they're like, you're gonna get fucking COVID.
And actually, we have discovered on this podcast that farts are totally safe if you have clothing on. Farts are only not safe when you're naked.
Well, that makes sense. It's like a mask.
Exactly.
That's why when everybody started doing the mask debate almost a year ago, and I was like, no, masks work, pants work. I read a whole book about some scientists farting on petri dishes, and if they farted naked, there's bacteria. Clothing, no.
Well, of course. I mean, yeah, you got your raw ass out with fucking God knows what coming out of it for sure.
That makes sense. But it's interesting because you can still smell the fart. So obviously those molecules are still in there, but I guess the odor molecules don't either carry it or carry enough of it.
Yeah, they're just odor molecules and not bacteria molecules.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
I don't know actually, because what the fuck is an odor molecule if it's not the thing that makes it smell?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
maybe you might be right. It might. I just don't know.
Bacteria doesn't hang out on smell.
I'm just saying. I'm not.
It doesn't.
Who?
But you're making it sound like smell is its own thing as opposed to the response. Like God, my words are failing me. But are you following what I'm trying to say?
The olfactory. Yeah, I think. I mean, for sure. Like, I walk into a bathroom, and you're like, and then when that smell hits you, you're like, I have whatever that person has now. Like,
right.
But I don't think it's necessarily like, I think you'd have to like actually just be like literally right next to the ass, like getting that
like
full.
How they say a toilet seat does not have that much bacteria on it. Like, you would think it does, but it actually doesn't because it doesn't last that long. The bacteria dies off. So like a public toilet seat is not necessarily. I mean, I still lay the nest down, but I don't want to touch bare cheek to public toilet seat. But it has they've done tests. It's very little bacteria on it.
It's still enough where I'm like, fuck this. I'll just wait till I get home. I'll just hold it.
I'm saying bacteria doesn't last for the same reason COVID is in the beginning we thought it was on every surface and we had to wipe everything down, and then they're realizing it doesn't last that long because it just doesn't last without a host.
It's not a strong virus.
I get
outside the but it's I know what you mean. But I mean this. I forgot the person that posted this. We posted it on our Instagram. Someone on Twitter was like, because China was just weighing the option about doing these anal swabs like a couple months ago. They weren't actually saying it had to be an actual thing. And this guy goes, "That's it. Rona won." The Rona won. It's like straight up like. If this is the option, you're like, you know what? Yeah, it's, coronavirus 1, people 0.
Yeah. Well, they've done like tests that sewer systems that you can see in different neighborhood where there's more corona just because of the sewer system they could test.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And also a job I'd never want.
Exactly.
Well, would you rather have that job or the anal swab person when you go to China?
Anal swab.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're both bad, but like a sewer is just fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
But
more
then you
saturated.
have to talk to people, and I'm not really like I don't know if I'd be a good people person for people coming off a 15-hour flight and then being like,
Yeah, and you don't think those assholes are not going to look like sewers? I mean, those are going to be like just wrecked.
15-hour flight asshole is not an ideal.
No.
Ooh.
No fuck. After they know it's shitty like airplane food, no way.
Yeah, but that's a funny asshole. I would rather be a swabber just because it's got to be funny.
Yeah.
That's funny for the first 2 people. And you're like, oh my God, there's a line that's like, I can't even see past. And you would hate your life.
It's a power move, Like,
oh, big time.
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's in the same way that, like, sucking a dick is more fun because you could technically bite the dick off. It's like, listen.
I hold the power.
There's this like hidden upside.
Oh my God, that's the best. Hilarious. Well, with that ridiculous story and that possible dick mutilation, see, Myka Fox, thank you so much for being on our show.
Oh, what a pleasure it's been. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And tell the people where they can find you if you want to be found.
I mean, I'm still trapped at home, but getting closer to being out. So just for now, follow me on, Instagram and Twitter at Myka Fox, MYKAFOX. And if you're in the New York City area, you'll see shows I'm doing on roofs and shit on those social medias.
Awesome. Yes. So great. Thanks again. And we got to get your boyfriend on. So
yeah.
I'm sure he'll do it. He is a glutton for shows.
Awesome. This will work out perfectly then.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, and happy pooping, everybody, and enjoy your butthole.
Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect 4 Entertainment, produced by Dave and Ellen, with executive producer Stormy Leather, edited by me, Dave.
For more information, go to heypoopypodcast.com for episodes, merch, and more. Follow us on Instagram at Hey Poopy Podcast and Twitter at Hey Poopy. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy.